Hello. So this will be a kind of our first screen when the user opens the application. So this is a kind of small slider that wherein user can see how to use the application. We can put a lot of fancy pictures here with some kind of people using the application, and we can put more screenshots. And this is very much similar as we see it on the Tinder first screen. However, we have our name over here, and then we go for if the user wants a service or if the user is a service provider. First we will go through the complete application as a client. So I want a service, so I will finally click here that I want a service, and it will take me to the home page without logging in. So I won't log in, so I'll just click here after login. So this is the screen that user will be prompted, wherein we can search for the category and we can select the category that we want, and user can easily scroll down all these categories. So let's say I'll save this category, and here I'll be presented with the cards. So here I can just say if I need it, if I don't need it. Okay, if I need it, it will be a kind of match, and means a kind of match means basically that both the service provider has agreed to provide the service, and we have also agreed to take the service. So that will be considered as a kind of match with us. Otherwise, user can keep on searching at any point of time. Similarly, user can use these buttons also. However, will change the icons for these buttons soon. If the user actually wants to change the category again, he can simply select it or he can let it go. So this will be a kind of all the things that user will be going on. So swiping, it can be nope, it can be nope, it can be yes. So cards, and similarly when the user actually clicks on these things, so if the user double clicks on it, user will be taken to the description of the person, and in this description user can actually put all sort of description of the service provider. Client can see all the description of the service provider, and if suppose user wants to upload more of the photographs, if not, that is also fine. I just added as an option, and here you can see all the things. So right, however the user has still not logged in. So at any point of time, if we click on the user profile or we click on the chat icon, we will be redirected to the login screen. So here I go and click on this chat icon, and I'll be taken to this login screen. So this is the login screen wherein user can enter the email, username or the password, and then he can click on the login. So he will be logged in here. However, we also have our Facebook login, and then we can go for the registration. So this is basically the client registration. So client will go for the registration. So he will enter the name, email, phone number, address. Will select the city, basically whatever city, the password, confirm password, and will select the birth date, whatever the birth date and the month. And then finally he can register himself, and then he can go for the login. Once logged in, user can see all the chats, user can see his profile and all sort of things. The registration process for the service provider will be somewhat different. However, once the user logs in, user can see all sort of things. User can basically see all the matches, all the two-way matches basically. He can see again, and he can see his profile. He can edit his profile. User can always edit his profile, and you can change all the description about him, and it is done. And similarly he can see all the settings, and if we suppose have any kind of extra version, so we can do that. This is just, we can always hide it. This is just I made it since it is present in all the applications. Next is the chat section. So in the chat section, so this is the matches, actually the service match. Now a match I have defined in a way that a match is a thing when client likes a service provider and service provider likes back him, means they both will like to exchange the service. So the client will like to take the service and service provider will like to provide the service. So these are the people with whom we can always see, and we can always send a message to them. We can see their profiles, we can send a message to them. So here we have the message templates, so we can see all the messages that we have. So these are the some simple message templates. So user can always, you can always write any kind of message, and you whatever you want to send, you can send a message, right? So next we have this section is about the services actually. So here in all the services that all the deals that have been finalized, their list can be seen here, and their description can be seen simply by clicking details of the service and service provider. So once a service is completed, we will the client can mark it as a done, and client can provide the feedback. So these are the list of service providers with whom the deal has been done. So this is on behalf of client. So this is how the client will take over the things. And now let's have a look at how service provider will do all sort of things. So this is actually a floating button. A floating button, it will always be on the top, and this is a floating, it will always be on the top, and whenever we want to change the category, whatever the category we have chosen, whenever we want to change the category, we can actually change this category.